So you have seen a taste of promises throughout this section. In this lecture, we're going to explore the API of promise object in JavaScript in more detail. So in our project, let's create a new file called promise-api.js. Again, this is going to be another playground file. Sometimes you want to create a promise that is already resolved. This is particularly useful when writing unit tests. So you want to simulate a scenario where an asynchronous operation, like calling a web service, completes successfully. In your unit test, you want to create a promise that is already resolved. So if that's what you need, you can call promise. This is the promise class in JavaScript. It has a static method called resolve. And this will return a promise that is already resolved. Now here we can optionally pass a value like 1 or a user object. And we get a promise. This promise is already resolved. So we can call p.then, get the result, and display it on the console. Let's run this program. So back in the terminal, node promise-api. So this is the user object that our promise holds. Now, similarly, sometimes you want to create a promise that is already rejected. So if that's the case, instead of calling the resolve method, call reject. And here you pass an error object. That is the reason for rejection. Why something failed. So now that our promise is rejected, we need to call catch to get the error. So I'm going to rename result to error. Okay, let's run this one more time. So node promise API. So here's our error. This is the reason for rejection. And this is the call stack that comes with every error object in JavaScript. So this is the reason I said, as a best practice, whenever you want to reject a promise, it's better to use a native error object because it will include the call stack. If I pass a simple string here, reason for rejection, we're not going to see that call stack. Let me show you. So let's run this one more time. Look, we only get the reason for rejection. We don't have the call stack. So when rejecting promises, always use an error object.